for a long time have wanted to preach a sermon that was taken from a song in our book. Not any particular one, but I just chose this morning to do that. And so I chose number 957. You're really not going to need to turn to it because I'll read you the words, but if you want to, you can. It'll give you something to do also. But 957 is "This World Is Not My Home." It's one of the songs that I particularly like. And then we heard earlier last week that Mary Gore passed away. And that song just really captures a part of what we're thinking about in this song. And so it makes it even more appropriate for us to be thinking along those lines. I don't know how you guys are, but on occasion I realize some things that I really need to do. Nobody says it, but it comes to your mind, I know I've got to do this. And one of those things is visiting people. And I can't tell you how many times I've lived in my life and I've said, I'm typically a procrastinator, and so I've lived through these times when I realize I should do something like that, and then I don't, and then of course I pay for it with my guilt for some time after that. And last Sunday evening, Janelle mentioned we really do need to go by and see Mary. I've got to admit that I don't believe that I had ever met her other than at one other time. When we had her when she came, it was at I believe it was a pop-up. My memory is not well, but I do have a couple of nods saying that I remember properly. And so as we went by, we did stop by the house. We want to thank those of you that have been caring for her, and this has gone on a long, long time. And we really appreciate that. But it really does make this thought and this song really even more touching to me that these things tied in with this time frame just so well. So that song begins by saying, "This world is not my home. I'm just a passing through." So you start to look at scriptures that would tie in with that, and there's several thoughts that I wanted to bring to light. But I noticed in that reading that we had in Matthew chapter 13, verse 22, Jesus in his teaching is relying on a situation that tells us that he recognized the thought of this world as compared to that world for the future. So verse 22 says, "Now he who received the seed among the thorns is he who hears the word, and the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke out the word, and he becomes unfruitful." Jesus had a similar thought, and the scriptures themselves are not connected. But in Luke chapter 16, verse 8, if you just want to make a note, I'm just going to read that through. 16:8 in the book of Luke. "So the master commended the unjust steward." This is another one of Jesus' parables. He commended the unjust steward because he had dealt shrewdly, for the sons of this world are more shrewd in their generation than the sons of light. Jesus is very evidently picturing two totally separate, different existences. And he's saying those people that are connected with this world, the world that we're living in presently, they're more shrewd than those that don't live in this world, not connected with this world. But those that would obey God, those that would want to sing this song, really, they are different because they're converted. They're followers of Christ. They're Christians, in short, and they are more innocent than those of this world. Their minds are in a different place. Their actions are in a different way. They're not of this world. And of course, we know that we're told that we need to be in the world and yet not of the world. So when we're thinking about that, when we realize that really we're thinking about two separate existences, one for now and one for some time in the future. We turn to Hebrews chapter 11. Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 16. Because the author of Hebrews understood this also. And again, just this one verse, because there's so much that could be said there. But Hebrews 11 chapter verse 16. But now they desire, these were the ones that were the prophets and the thinkers of the Old Testament. They desire a better, that is, heavenly country. Therefore, God is not ashamed to be called their God, for he has prepared a city for them. See, we as human beings, we can't really understand what heaven is going to be like. It just is so grand that it can't really be put into words. But we know there's something there, and it's better than this. We know what a country is. Many people came to this country because they thought of it as being a better place. That's really most of our heritage. Really came from another location and came here because they thought of it as being a better country. Well, spiritually, that's what the book of Hebrews is saying here. The author there is saying, I want to immigrate. You know, I want to go on this place. I want to be in that better place. This world is not my home. I'm looking for a home, and we may say over yonder. We may say across the river. But whatever it is in our minds, if we can get it, then we can understand better that the Scripture teaches us that better location. The songwriter went on to say, my treasures are laid up somewhere beyond the blue. Think about that also. You know, Jesus taught about that in Matthew chapter 6. We've been talking about we've been reading through, those of you that are keeping up with our daily Bible readings through the Bible in 1 year. Hopefully you're doing that. If not, start today. Get one of the schedules and start right now. But in Matthew, chapter 6, verse 19, he tells us specifically about this in that Sermon on the Mount. Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth. Why? Because moth and rust destroy them. He's talking about these physical things. Have you ever put something in storage and then go back to get it, and there was had gotten some moisture in there? I remember something like that just specifically just now in my history, and it was totally destroyed. If that had been really valuable to me, I would have been really sad by that. But he says, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroys, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, here's the key. Where your treasure is, what you're really looking for, where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. And this is not just some pie in the sky, the great by and by type of a thing. It's a promise by God. And he promised it through the ages. 1 Corinthians chapter 2. Corinthian brethren had a lot of problems, but in this particular way, they were needing to be reminded of something. And Paul there takes it upon himself to do that. So in 1 Corinthians chapter 2, we'll start at verse 6. mature. There's some that can understand these things and some that can't say. Yet not the wisdom of this age. So Paul recognized this idea of this world is not my home. He says, not by the wisdom of this age, nor of the rulers of this age, who are coming to nothing, but we speak of the wisdom of God in a mystery, the hidden wisdom which God ordained before the ages of for our glory, which none of the rulers of this age knew, for had they known, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory. Now watch the picture that he recalls from the Old Testament here in that 9th verse. But it is written, eye has not seen, nor ear heard, nor have entered into the heart of man. Now that's pretty total. If you haven't seen it, if you haven't heard it, if you haven't been there even in the wonders of your heart, then you need to realize we're talking about heaven here. And he says, nor have entered into the heart of man the things which God has prepared for those who love him. God has set aside this picture, this beautiful thing of heaven. This world, brethren, is not our home. Hopefully we're just passing through to a place that will be better. That's so much better that Paul can hardly picture it, and he quotes from Isaiah chapter 64, by the way, if you want to look at that. Now the songwriter goes on to say that angels beckon you. And I can't really support that with Scripture, by the way. You don't find the Scripture saying that the angels are shouting to us as every individual. But the thought is actually there that could support something along this line. Luke chapter 15, Jesus turns to a study of the angels, or a thought of the angels, or a comment about the angels. And he assures them that they are really interested in us. Luke chapter 15, verse 8. And remember, this is a wonderful chapter, by the way, because the whole thing is filled with finding lost things. And it's really talking about finding lost people. So in verse 8 of chapter 15 of Luke, or what woman having 10 silver coins, if she loses one, does not light a lamp, sweep the house, and search carefully until she finds it? And when she has found it, she calls her friends and neighbors together, saying, rejoice. It's getting louder. I wonder if we turn this one off. It's off already. Yikes. Anyway. And when she has found it, she calls her friends and neighbors together, saying, rejoice with me. So the picture is this, rejoicing over finding something lost. For I have found the peace which I lost. And then Jesus adds this about those heavenly beings. Likewise, I say unto you, there is joy in the presence of the angels of God over one sinner who repents. So I think the songwriter has caught a portion of the idea. And finally, he talks about the fact that the door of heaven is standing open. And for now, it is. Unfortunately, it's going to be a limited time that is the case. We're going to restart our lessons on Wednesday night, and this is Rick Watson's going to be teaching Wednesday nights. And I asked him today, he feels good, he's going to do that this coming Wednesday night and reestablish our study in the book of Revelation. So turn over there. Turn over to Revelation chapter 3. We're going to look at chapter 3 and chapter 4 real briefly. Just a couple of verses, but it talks about this door. Jesus, of course, called himself. But we'll look at that. So in Revelation chapter 3, verse 7, he's speaking to one of the churches there, the church of Philadelphia, and he was kind of complimenting them, by the way. That was one of the two positive ones out of the ones that he quoted. And he said, and to the angel of the church of Philadelphia, write these things, says he who is holy, who is true. And then he quotes there, he who has the key of David, he who opens and no one shuts, and shuts and no one opens. He says, I know your works. See, I have set before you an open door, and no one can shut it. So presently that door is open, and nothing can shut the door that allows us to enter in if we would just obey what Christ wants us to obey. Then in chapter 4 of Revelation, as he's going into the real apocalyptic vision that he has in chapter 4, he says, after these things I looked, this is John speaking, and something was revealed to him that's not been revealed at any other time as far as we know. After these things I looked, and behold, a door standing open in heaven. So the picture there is like, again, there's no way to describe really what heaven is about. But we can describe it, we can try to describe it using things that we're familiar with. And all of us are familiar with the door. When I got here this morning, I wasn't sure which door to go in. You know? That idea of the open door is really an important concept for us. You've never walked through a door that's closed, that's even more painfully obvious to you. So he says there that the door is left open for us, but that's only for the present time. And then Jesus tells us who that door is in John chapter 10. John chapter 10, verse 7. John chapter 10, verse 7, he says, then Jesus said to them again, most assuredly I say unto you, I'm the door of the sheep. And again, another one of those pictures that Jesus uses to describe things to us. They knew what it was like to herd sheep. And they knew that there would be a sheepfold, and those that are inside are the ones that are supposed to be inside. And yet, there's a door there, and Jesus is the door admitting us that need to be in the sheepfold into that place. All who ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. I am the door, he says. If anyone enters by me, what's going to happen? Well, if you were a sheep getting into the right fold, you'd be safe for the night. So he says you're going to enter in, and you're going to find safety. You will be saved. That's really what saved means, you guys. It just means that you're saved. You're saved. So you're going to be saved, he says. And we'll go in and out and find pasture. Doesn't that again sound like heaven? Isn't heaven a supplying of everything that we ever need? Isn't it all going to be there already without our work product having to go into it at all? The blessings of God are sufficient for us once we get to heaven because it's all that we ever will or ever did need. Now, the song is nice. It brings us some really nice memories. But there's another side to it. Because really, when you think about it, not everybody can really sing that song. Unfortunately, there are those that are on the other side of that door. Unfortunately, there are those that that can't really truthfully say that they are comfortable with this world not being their home. And unfortunately, really badly is there are those that don't know anything about that song at all. But if you talk to them about heaven, they're going to say, I don't even understand what you're talking about. And brethren, we're going to come to a point where we're encountering those individuals, and we're going to be praying for them to come. spoke to them, saying, "All authority is given to me in heaven and earth. Go therefore and make disciples. Make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I command." That's really the job that he led it to the disciples, but it's really come down to us also. How else are these folks that don't know that song, that can't say, "This world is not my home"? You know, that's the unfortunate thing. There are some that just, when this life is over, as far as they're concerned, that's it. This world is my home. For some people, it's the only home I'll ever know. That's an unfortunate thing, and we've got to stop allowing that to happen, at least among the community that we're involved in. And so I'm going to ask you at this time, if you need to be a part of that group and you're not, then come and meet with us and join with us. Answer the invitation. If you are, pray for those that are not, and decide for yourself that you need to pray for them. Let's stand and sing this song of encouragement so that anyone that needs to answer the gospel invitation will do so right now. Let's stand.